In today's video, I'm creating a Christmas trash to treasure project. Welcome to Creative by Nature DIY and Decor. My name is Donna. For this project, we're going to start off by using a springform pan. I picked this up at the thrift store. I'm going to be removing the base. Now you need a piece of lumber that's going to be the depth of the ring. I've placed the tin on top of the wood and I am just going to mark off some cut lines. I'm making sure that my springform pan is locked in place and then mark off some cut lines. I want to cut this piece of wood down to fit on the inside of the ring. So we have placed this in our miter saw. Use whatever you have on hand that can do this. And here you can see my husband has cut it down for me. So once your wood has been cut down to size, you can just double check to make sure that it's going to fit where you want, as we are creating a little shelf on the inside of the tin. Using some Gorilla glue sticks, I'm generously applying glue on both ends and adhering it to the inside of the ring. If you want, you could add a touch of some E6000. This is just for my own personal use, so I chose not to. Now I am going to be running a bit of glue on the underside of the board just to really help to hold and secure that piece in place. Today's video is part of the Christmas DIY and Decor challenge hosted by the DIY Mommy. I'll leave the link to Christina's channel as well as the playlist down in the description below. So now I have this little village house that my mom had gifted me, and I've got this gold glitter paint and I'm going to give it a coat. As an alternative, I will link a video on how to create a vintage tin look down in the description below as well as in the iCard above. I'm going to generously apply this glitter paint twice to the house and allow to dry well in between coats. So now I have these battery operated fairy lights and it is a strand with 30 lights. Now I'm going to apply some hot glue to attach the battery pack to the wood at the back side of the shelf. You want to make sure that the batteries are accessible on the back so you can change them out when need be. So here I have some faux snow and I'm just applying some hot glue to the battery pack and pushing the snow into place. Be careful not to burn your fingers. You could use some finger protectors if needed. I just chose not to, they don't fit my fingers. Continue to add the snow till covered. So here you can see that the gold glitter has dried and I wasn't quite satisfied with the way it looked, so I decided to add some iridescent deco art glitter and I'm going to apply 2 coats of that. Again, you could use any type of paint finish you choose. I just really like the vintage look of this house, but I just wanted to really highlight it and just bring it up to the next level. If you're new to my channel, I want to say a big welcome and I'd love for you to join my community by tapping on the subscribe button as well as the bell to keep up to date with everything I have to share. So now I've got the house, it's all dry, and I am going to hide the wire from the battery lights inside the house. As you can see, there is a bit of a groove on the underside and I'm going to be making sure that the wire fits inside that groove. So I'm just turning my lights on and I am going to tuck some of these lights on the inside of the house so it gives off a really beautiful glow. So I've only placed about maybe half the lights inside, maybe less, and I'm going to just attach some glue into the groove to help hold the wires into place. Just make sure you add enough of the hot glue to help hold everything into place. So now I'm just figuring out placement for the house. I want to make sure that that switch is accessible on the battery pack and then generously apply some hot glue and working quickly place the house into place on the board. right, so now I am going to add some bottle brush trees in assorted sizes, texture, and colors. I have a really good selection. I've managed to find some beautiful trees at my local dollar stores. You can find some bottle brush trees on Amazon. I've seen them in Michael's, different craft stores, as well as Dollar Tree. So I figured out the placement and I start to use some hot glue and adhere them to the board. Now you just want to make sure that you can camouflage your battery pack so you can't see it through all the trees. So once you have your trees in place, you can use some faux snow, and again, using some hot glue, you're going to apply it to the base of the trees. You want to cover up all those plastic bases to give it more of a natural look. As you can see, the house kind of overhangs on the edge, so I'm just applying some snow underneath there just so you don't see all the underside. So now I'm going to turn the lights back on, and I am going to weave the lights in and around the trees. I make sure that the wire gets tucked in right into the trees so that it doesn't stand out too much. And I managed to stretch the wire underneath the house so that the lights stretch out over to the other side. And I'm just using some hot glue to help hold that wire in place. And again, use some faux snow just to camouflage that wire. And that's it. There is a beautiful winter scenery that you can place on your wall. It would make a gorgeous gift. I love how this piece turned out. Let me know what you think of the project down below. I want to say a big thank you to Christina and my fellow creators, and I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.